Assalamualaikum and hi to Madam Mona. My name is Siti Soleha binti Osman. My matric number 18070479. Today, I will present the group assignment in subject Project Management. The project hydroponic that we make is Greenhouse Hydroponics System using Internet of Things technology in Raspberry Viticulture. Firstly, I will present the established project objective. Hydroponic is a method of growing plants in a nutrient-rich water-based environment. It comes with many incredible benefits over traditional gardening. The hydroponic project that we will be doing is Greenhouse Hydroponic System using Internet of Things technology, which is the Raspberry Viticulture. This project will be implemented at the Central Park Apartment, Seremban 2. Internet of Things that we use are smart farming and website data. The project will be developed within 3 months for benefits of residents around Central Park Apartment in Seremban 2. With the time frame of 3 months, we will divide the tasks to each member so that all the work can be complete faster, saving cost and time. The cost involved is around 75,000. With the estimate cost, the equipment that we use are water pump, PVC pipe, pH test kit, and net pots. By this equipment, it will make the work of excelling at hydroponic much easier. Next, the expected benefit from this program are: first, can help increase income to the community living near the apartments through the program. Second, this program can provide a direct relationship between the contractor and the community regardless of age and race. Third, able to provide experience, knowledge and skills to the community who follow this program. Fourth, this program can provide awareness and motivation to the community in devoting themselves to the land, care and cultivation of raspberries. Next, estimate activity resource. The resource that we use in this project is human resource. In human resource, we use expert and unexpert workers. For expert workers, we use 40 workers, while for unexpert, we use 35 workers. Lastly, estimate activity durations. The estimate duration is 90 days, but we have delay as much as 30 days. So, the overall days to complete this project is 120 days. In activity 11, preparing water pump, PVC pipe, pH test kit and net pots is the longest days, which is 15 days to complete this project. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Anissa Suha binti Muhammad Nazar. My matric number is 18070433. Today I want to present you about my group assignment, which is project management. My part in this assignment is define scope and estimate the cost of the project. For the first part is define scope. The first point is customer requirement. This project was conduct a survey with a community in the Central Park Apartment, Seremban 2. This project will be developed within 3 months. We found it's that the residents in the area are mostly retired residents, and on weekday they do not do activity that can heighten relationship with the other resident. The second point is statement of work. In this project, we use experienced workforce and the rest of regular worker. The division of work done in our project is arranged according to their respective expertise. This will save the cost of sending the training and this will further save the time taken to complete the project. The statement of work will also help to avoid conflict in the project. The third point is deliverable. Raspberry is one of the most difficult fruit trees to use and grow in Malaysia. We took this initiative to do this plant using a hydroponic system. The reason is the growth of temperature and tropical climate. Raspberry can easily grow with hydroponic, and below we have list what we need to get started. The first step is make a survey to community. The second step is cleaning of crop areas. Third step is looking for supplier for equipment and raspberry seed. The fourth step is the process of construction of greenhouse, planting places, and water system. Next is assemble the hydroponic system. The sixth step is mix the nutrient and water in the tank. Seventh step is add plant to growing tube and tie the plant to the trellis. The last step is turn on the pump and monitor the system daily, then monitor plant growth. For the last point is acceptance criteria. This is an effort to meet the needs of apartment residents, where before we do the selection of plant and system use, we do a survey first. When the resident agree to this group will proceed with the cleaning process. They choose this group is because the planting process for this raspberry take a short time. Next, the price of raspberry is quite expensive in the market. They took this initiative to sell it at a cheap and affordable price to the resident. In addition, this project can increase the income of the local residents. Then, for the second part is estimate activity cost. This is a cost that used in this activity. The total cost of the activity for develop of site is 22,000 ringgit. Then for project planning, the total cost is 26,000 ringgit, and the funds raising is 5,500 ringgit. And the lastly of activity is handling seeds and inventory is 11,500 ringgit. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum to Madam Mona Lisa. My name is Nur Solha binti Abdul Rahman. My matric number is 1807046. Okay, today I want to present subject project management. Our topic is about hydroponic project, Greenhouse Hydroponics System using Internet of Things technology in Raspberry Viticulture.
This slide shows WBS with breakdown to different levels for greenhouse hydroponic system using Internet of Things technology in Raspberry Viticulture. First, in hydroponic project, we have a development of site. Second is about project planning. And third, fundraising, plantation, and lastly, handling seed and inventory. In 1.0, development of site have a 3 items. First, 1.1 is scripting. Encrypting has a two-part: recruit member and manage public relations. In 1.2 is building equation, and 1.3 is set up indoor growing system. 2.0 is about project planning. In 2.0 have a 4 item. First is 2.1 procurement of material required. In 2.2 building of PVC pipeline. In 2.3 is about system operating staff training. And lastly 2.4 setting up plantation 2. Next is 3.0 about fundraising. In fundraising have a 3 item. First 3.1 is government fund, 3.2 is sponsorship, and lastly 3.3 is collect fund from committee. Then is plantation 4.0. In 4.0 have a 3 item. First 4.1 is seed generation, 4.2 is preparing the water, and lastly 4.3 is testing the setup. In 5.0 is handling seed and inventory. In 5.0 have a 2 item. First is find the supplier and develop method of care and cultivate seed. So this slide show develop project schedule. Develop project schedule have a activity, responsibility, estimate duration, early start, early finish, later start, later finish, and lastly total slack. Early start is a time at which a specific activity can begin. The early finish by which a specific activity can be complete. The early finish is an additional early start with estimate duration. For the total slack, sometimes it's called float. It also different between early finish or last activity, and the project can be complete with the time. So the total slack, it is later finish minus early finish. So if the total slack negative, it means lack of slack over entire project, and the amount of the end activity must be accelerated. This slide shows network diagram for greenhouse hydroponics system using Internet of Things technology in Raspberry Viticulture for early start and early finish. Early start, this is the earliest to start work in a hydroponic project. Manager cannot determine this without first knowing if there is a previous task of knowing other constraints that may affect the start of this task. Latest task, it is the last moment at which the project manager can start a task before threatening to disrupt the hydroponic project schedule. And project manager need to calculate how long the later finish time is for the same reason by having a clear picture of this time frame. Project manager can better schedule hydroponic project until they meet deadline. The next slide shows the network diagram for greenhouse hydroponics system using Internet of Things technology in Raspberry Viticulture for latest start and later finish. This is different with the early start and early finish. The later start and later finish is activity can be complete based on the early start and early finish. The last slide is about network diagram for greenhouse hydroponics system using Internet of Things technology in Raspberry Viticulture for critical path. The critical path is the longest sequence of tasks that must be complete to successfully complete a project from start to finish. Tasks on a critical path are known as critical activity because if delayed, the entire project will be delayed. By identifying critical paths, it is possible to determine the overall timeline of the project. Calculating the critical path is the key during the planning phase because the critical path identifies important deadlines and activities that must be completed in a timely manner. Once the critical path is determined, the project manager will get a clear picture of the actual schedule of the project.
Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum to Madam Mona. My name is Nurul Hidayah binti Sahimi. My matric number 1807046 I would like to present group assignment which is hydroponic project. My part are define activity, sequence activity and conclusion. For different activity, we have 5 major activity, which is development skill, project, found, testing, planting, and handling seeds and inventory. Firstly, for the development of sites, we divide to 3 activities. Firstly is creating. In creating, we have recruit member and manage public relation. Second, building acquisition. We searching a suitable place for the planting. Make order to take control of the project and get permission from the authority to make the project. And third is set up indoor growing system. We find the suitable setup space and preparing good light and air coverage. In project activity, firstly is procurement material required. So we prepare procurement of the project. Second is building the PVC pipeline. So we setting up the framework for PVC pipeline. Third is system operating and staff training. Set up the system operating and giving staff training. And fourth one is setting up plantation tools. So we prepare water pump, PVC pipe, test pH test kit, and net pots. In fund activity, firstly, government fund. We get fund from the Ministry of Agriculture. Second is sponsorship, which is we get sponsorship from the stakeholder and public. And third one is collecting fund from community. We raise fund from the community to cover insufficient resource. Next, in testing process planting, firstly is seed generation. In seed generation, perform testing for 20 types of seed to get the quality of the seed. Second, preparing water, which is we control pH of water and frequency for the watering plant. And third one is testing to set up. We proceed to setting space for the planting process. Lastly is handling seeds and inventory. Firstly, we find supplier. Choose the best supplier that's suitable with the cost and quality of seeds. Second, develop method for the carrying and cultivating seeds. Develop method to control seeds such as planting store seed to replace broken seeds. Lastly, for the recommendation. First, for recommendation, we suggest in future we will make R&D toward the system that we use and quality of water that we use. Second, we will improve our development of things to make sure the project going smoothly without any problem. And third one is we will reschedule the activity if one of the activity have a delay. And the fourth is we will always regularly clean and service the system that we use and always update the website that we use. Thank you, that's all.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Arif Ashraf bin Mat Jurani. Today I will present project management. Okay, first is 3.0 Grade WBS. In Grade Hydroponic Project, we have 5 items, which is development of site, project planning, fundraising, plantation, and handling seed. 3. In development of site, we have great team, which recruit member manage public relations. Next is public acquisition, set up indoor growing system project. Next is project planning. First is procurement of material required, building of PVC pipeline, system operating staff training, setting plantation tools. Third is fundraising. We will get from government fund, sponsorship, collecting fund from committee. Next is plantation. Seed generation, we will plant seed, then preparing the water and the setup. It is handling seed and inventory. First is finding supplier, develop method of care and climactic seed. Assigning responsible. In our group have 5 members, which is Anis Nasuha, Siti Soleha, Nurul Hidayah, Nur Soleha, Muhammad Arif. First is Anis, primary responsible, development of site, setting up plantation tools, government fund and producing fruit seed, find supplier. Next is Siti Soleha, primary responsible, building acquisition, procurement of material requirement, collecting fund from committee and seed generation. Next is Nurul Hidayah, primary responsibility is create team, project planning, fundraising, testing the setup, handling seed and inventory. Next is Nur Soleha, primary responsibility, building of PVC pipeline for framework, preparing water, develop method to rare and alternative seed. Next is Muhammad Arif is set up in the following system operating, staff training, sponsorship and plantation. Okay, next is uh, develop develop cumulative budget cost. Okay, the figure shows the cumulative budget cost curve uh, of greenhouse hydroponic for the 12, and the total of and total that we use for this project is RM 75,000. It can see that in week 1 until week 3 we just use RM 22,000 for the development of site. In week 4 until week 7 we use RM 26,000 of cost for the project planning. Moreover, in week 8 we already use 5,500 for the fundraising. Other than that, in week 9 and week 10 we have spending 10,000 for plantation. Last but not least, in past 2 weeks in project, which is week 11 and 12, we have used 11,500 handling seed in an inventory. Okay, this is multi-budget cost curve. We can see that from week 1 until week 12, the the line the cumulative line is increased. The cumulative of budget is increased from 10,000 to 7,500. Next is risk assessment metric. Risk assessment metric. First risk is public relation. The impact is cannot to proceed with the schedule. Likelihood of occurrence is medium. The degree of impact is medium. Triggered action triggered is not cooperation with the team. Responsibility is hidayah. And response plan increase cooperation with the team in the project. Explain about the benefit of the project to the public relation. Next is training system. The impact is plant will damage and not enough water supply for the plant. Likelihood of occurrence is medium. Degree of impact is high. Action triggered is privacy pipeline framework broke. Responsibility or soleha. The response plan is always check draining system by more quality of privacy of pipe. Next risk is sponsorship. Not the impact is not enough budget to proceed the project. Likelihood of occurrence is medium. Degree of impact is medium. The action triggered is difficult to find a sponsorship for the project. The responsibility person is Muhammad Arif, and response plan is collect the budget from the community of the project and try to introduce the project to the public and committee to get a sponsorship. With that, my name is Muhammad Arif Ashraf bin Mat Juraimi. The end the video. Thank you.